Bill O'Reilly here. Welcome to the No Spin News, Tuesday, March 7, 2023. Stand up for your country. We have two major stories to tell you about tonight. The first is the January 6th tapes situation, which has exploded into another ideological controversy. We will tell you the truth, lay out the facts, so you will know what's going on. The second story is the one I'm going to do the Talking Points Memo on, and it's Mexico. This is a very dangerous situation. So let's begin. Last Friday, March 3rd, 4 Americans from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, drove down to the border, crossed into Mexico from the Brownsville, Texas sector. They were in a town called Matamoros, which is run by drug cartels. Almost immediately after crossing the border, they were ambushed by gunmen. As it stands now, 2 of the Americans are dead, and 2 have been returned across the border to the FBI. So 2 are dead, 2 are across the border in FBI hands. The deceased are being autopsied in Mexico. Now, I'm going to give you the names, but I don't know, the press doesn't know at this point who's dead and who survived. So there are 4 Americans. Latavia McGee, 33 years old, driver of the vehicle, mother of 6. Her friend said that she was traveling to Mexico to have cosmetic surgery, a tummy tuck. With her, Shaid Woodward, Eric James Williams, Zindell Brown. Okay, again, we don't know who's dead and who survived. We will know soon. Now, I have a few questions right away. You want to get a tummy tuck, you can do that in South Carolina, easy. Okay, and the cost differential isn't that great. When you add in the travel and the gasoline and everything else you have to do to go to a foreign country. So there had to be another reason these 4 were going down. Maybe they were going down for a vacation or an adventure. Okay, I've told you many times, do not travel to Mexico. All right? It is a dangerous country, period. And I know millions of Americans do, but, you know, you can take it or leave it when I tell you stuff like that. A Mexican resident was also killed in this situation. And this poor woman was a bystander. She was just standing on the street and bullets cut her down. Okay. There has been 1 arrest. Look, every Mexican official, maybe there are a few that aren't corrupt, but everyone knows if you are an official in Mexico, you are under the philosophy plata o sangre, silver or blood. You either take the bribe money or they kill you and your family. That is the situation. Government cannot protect you, will not protect you. That's Mexico, okay? Plata o sangre. So, 1 arrest, some token drug addict they just threw to the police or whatever. But whoever ordered this, they're never, ever going to be held accountable. Now, interestingly enough, the situation in Mexico has not permeated the American consciousness. There is a new poll out that lists what Americans think are the most dangerous countries. China is at the top of the list. Okay, then there's Russia, the Koreas, Iran, but there's no Mexico. Now, maybe in the poll, and I don't know this for sure because the poll doesn't matter to me, Mexico wasn't even mentioned, but Mexico right now is the most dangerous country to the United States. And let me back that up with facts, as we always do. Okay, so last year, 58 million fentanyl pills were seized. 58 million. And 14,000 pounds of fentanyl powder. More than 100,000 Americans died from drug overdoses, many of that fentanyl. And I think the number is closer to 250,000. So a lot of these people who die, their autopsies, they don't even autopsy them. Okay, so they don't even know. So anyway, in the entire Vietnam War, there were 60,000 Americans killed, just to put it in some kind of perspective. 4,000 pounds of heroin, 444,000 pounds of cocaine, 656 pounds of drugs in general seized coming across the Mexican border. This is insane. This is poison. And the Biden administration does nothing. This is one of the worst presidential policies of all time. Biden ignoring the border, allowing millions of migrants and millions of pounds of narcotics to come in here. I can't point to a worse presidential policy, and I know a lot about the presidents. All right? Now, Biden is culpable, but Mexico more so. So we have a situation where we are being invaded by foreign nationals, and narcotics are coming in way more than they ever have before, killing Americans. So you would think that Congress, I mean, we have an incompetent president. There's no doubt about that, right? But you would figure Congress would be outraged and do something. Well, we'll see. So Lindsey Graham, Senator Graham, South Carolina, says he's going to introduce a bill to get the military involved. Go.
If you continue to give safe haven to fentanyl drug dealers, then you're an enemy of the United States. 70 to 100,000 people have died from fentanyl poisoning coming from Mexico and China, and this administration has done nothing about it. So Bill Barr's idea about, I'm going to introduce legislation, Jesse, to make certain Mexican drug cartels, foreign terrorist organizations under U.S. law, and set the stage to use military force if necessary to protect America from being poisoned by things coming out of Mexico.
All right, so I remember 7 years ago, was it 7 years ago? Maybe 6. I had a conversation with President Trump, private conversation. I said, look, Patriot Act gives you the authority to designate the Mexican drug cartels as terrorist groups. Then you can use the military, drones. If you read Killing the Killers, you'll see how effective our military is in neutralizing terrorists. Okay, he was going to do it. But then Obrador pled with him not to, and Mexico gave the United States a much more favorable trade deal. So Trump took the trade deal and didn't designate the cartels. Okay, but this was my idea to Donald Trump. And I was disappointed he didn't do it. I think that the criminal situation in Mexico, all right, overrides the trade deal, my opinion. So now I predict that most Democrats will vote against this military action against the drug cartels because they don't give a hoot. They don't care. And certainly Biden would veto it. Can't imagine Biden signing off on this. But it sets the stage for 24, and that's the memo. All right, as we mentioned, President Biden is not doing the work of the people. He had nothing on his schedule today. It's a Tuesday in March. Why is there nothing on President Biden's schedule? Why? For what reason? I mean, is he sitting around? Is he growing stuff in the White House garden? I mean, what is he doing? This is embarrassing. But Jill Biden, she gave an interview to CNN. Go.
Your son Hunter has really been a target for Republicans over the years and likely will be in the years to come. How does your family deal with that intense focus on Hunter?
We deal with it by just, I guess, have a different perspective. I mean, I love Hunter and I'll support him in any way I can, and that's how I look at things.
Has the wave of investigations into him, does that factor into any of the thinking heading into 2024?
No.
The Justice Department has appointed a special counsel to look into the way that your husband handled classified documents when he left the vice presidency. When did you first find out about these documents? Were you surprised?
Probably when the rest of America did. I was really surprised.
So it was a tough interview. I mean, on the Biden front, all you have to do on the Hunter Biden front is just look and say, Madam First Lady, I don't want to be rude, but there is a possibility that your son, Hunter, derived illegal money from foreign nations, and it is alleged that he gave some of that money to his father, then Vice President Joe Biden. Would you consider that a serious matter? That's how you ask these questions. But these reporters, they don't know what they're doing. I mean, they just don't know what they're doing and don't care. The chairman of the Fed is promising more pain ahead. Last year, stocks dropped a whopping 20%. 2023 could be worse. You are right to be worried. So call the only precious metal dealer I trust, American Hartford Gold. They will show you how to protect your savings and retirement accounts by diversifying your portfolio with physical gold and silver. Since I've been a client and spokesperson, the price of gold has appreciated more than 35%. So please call today and they'll have physical gold and silver delivered right to your door or put inside your IRA or 401k. They have thousands of satisfied customers and have the highest rating in the country with an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. Please tell them Bill O'Reilly sent you, and they will give you up to $5,000 of free silver on your first order. Please call 866-501-5201. That's 866-501-5201, or text Bill to 65532. Again, that's 866-501-5201, or text Bill to 65532. Okay, let's go to the mail on the message board. George says, Rules for Radicals, Saul Alinsky was another classic. Do as I say, not as I do. He lived in Carmel, California, one of the most affluent parts of the state. Same as Commissar Obama lives in Hawaii and Martha's Vineyard and in D.C. He's got three big places. Neither ever produced anything or contributed to the good of the country. I agree with you on Alinsky. I do not agree on Obama. Obama did some good things. Just lifting the spirits of people of color who are downtrodden is a good thing. Jeffrey, Concierge Member. How is it possible to find common ground with half the population that hates the country and believes it's evil? You can't, but not half the country believes that. All right, about hardcore 20% hate the country. The other 30 in the liberal category, not quite catching on to the danger. But if you know a hardcore anti-American person, there's no common ground there. None. I won't deal with them. Roger Rice, Katy, Texas. I've been a premium member for a few years. I watch the No Spin News daily. My wife and I and family of 25 are going from Galveston, Texas to Mexico on a cruise, 2 port stops, Cozumel, Costa Maya. Should I not go? No, go. You booked it, 25 people. Cozumel is fine. Cartels are not there. You got to watch Costa Maya. So just stay in the group. A lot of Mexican military around these stops for the cruise ships. Mexico knows can't be gunning down cruise ship people. But in principle, I don't go to Mexico because it's corrupt and hurts America. But I think you should go and have a good time. Bob Walker, Bentonville, Arkansas. Been traveling with my wife to Mexico for the month of January. We drive from Phoenix, cross the border, and then go to Puerto Penasco, located on the Sea of Cortez. My wife and I feel very safe. Okay, Bob, look, I'm just telling you what I'm doing. Okay? Galveston, you're driving there from Galveston, Bentonville to Galveston. Okay, but if we're me, I go to the Caribbean. Mike Callanan, Phoenix, Arizona. Bill, your ridicule segment was right on. I'm 68, and my 50-year friendship with my best friend has changed because he screamed at me for my opinion. He apologized, and we put it behind us, but his comments will always be remembered. Ridicule Very powerful. Try not to do it. Carol, Concierge Member, the host on The View, spend an hour ridiculing anybody they want without consequences. Let me challenge that, Carol. You think anybody has any respect for Joy Behar? Anyone? No. Even the people who go up to her and this and that, they know who she is. The others, but her, vicious. Dave Wolf, Carmichael, California. I've known for 50 years how left-wing Comcast is. That wasn't something I discovered through any independent source, but rather through my own observations and reading their web pages. Well, you're very perspicacious, Dave. Word of the day. But no media ever reports on other media the way I did last night on Comcast NBC. Premium and Concierge members, you can see it anytime you want, and transcripts are available to you. Mark Davies, Singapore, our worldwide audience growing quickly now. You mentioned you can eat good sugar, Bill. Please tell me what that is. Unrefined sugar. So today I had a little OJ, and last night I ate a little fruit. There's unrefined sugar in both. Not a lot, but you look at the label. It'll say refined sugar. Glucose. Oh, don't ever. Anything with glucose? No. But that's the so-called good sugar. All right, we got the Team Normal stuff. It's here. We're shipping it. PMs and concierge members to BillO'Reilly.com. We're giving you a big discount on all the Team Normal stuff. That is a reason to become a PM or concierge member, because we give you discounts on the books. Got a new book coming out in September. Now the gear, and we're giving you substantial discounts here. Okay? Put that stuff up again. I'm not through. Put that stuff. Thank you. All right, now look. This is for fun. All right? We're Team Normal. The other side is Team Crazy. I don't know if there's any gear about Team Crazy. You might check the MSNBC website. But it's not political. We're having a good time because people will walk up to you and say, what's Team Normal? You know they will. And then you explain it, that you love your country. You want to make it better, but you don't want to tear it down and you hate the woke stuff. I think that encompasses Team Normal. That's a sign in the dugout. Spring, daylight saving time Saturday. Come on, spring, summer. And these are good products. BillO'Reilly.com store has them. Word of the day. No horns woggle. One word. If you ever hear woggle, you know it's not good. Horns woggle. HORNSWOGGLE. No horns woggle. And write and be Bill at BillO'Reilly.com. Bill at BillO'Reilly.com. Name and town if you wish to opine. Don't forget that name and town. Okay, we'll be back with the final thought on why the truth doesn't matter anymore in America. There is a reason in a moment. Many of you have heard me talk about how much I like Grip 6. Now, Grip 6 makes amazing belts, socks, and wallets themselves, right here in the USA, sourcing all their wool, leather, and aluminum here in America. Because Grip 6 manufactures everything in the USA, they can bring you their factory seconds sale from March 1st to March 15th. Enjoy 40% off all factory seconds. Yes, they still have a lifetime guarantee. Inventory goes fast, so you will want to check them out now. If you haven't given Grip 6 a chance, now's the time to do it. Remember, when you buy Grip 6, you are buying a bit of American strength and truly supporting American industry and ingenuity. So please visit grip6.com/Bill to see what I'm talking about. Final thought of the day. So I just demonstrated on a terrible thing like the January 6th riot how high-ranking people, including the House, the Senate Majority Leader, Schumer, the President of the United States, Biden, the Attorney General, Merrick Garland, and the, I don't even know what the adjective is, Liz Cheney, all lied about the deaths of police officers in the Capitol. You cannot say with certainty that that intrusion led to their deaths. You can say, and this is legitimate, it's my opinion that it did, and I'll respect that. In fact, the Brian Sicknick family holds that opinion. But you cannot say it as fact. And they do, all the people I mentioned, because they want you and every American to hate Donald Trump and all the MAGA people, to hate them. That's the only reason you lie at that level. Now, why is this happening? Number one, parenting. My children lied to me. They got sanctioned and hard, so they didn't lie to me. There's a few occasions, and I discipline. Teachers in the classroom are encountering an epidemic of cheating. Cheating is lying. It's the same thing, being dishonest, okay? Very, very few students are sanctioned when caught cheating. So the message is, just like shoplifters, if I get, so what? So what? Okay? Then you get into the court system. People perjure themselves every day. The judge knows, the lawyers know, it's proven they're perjuring themselves. Nothing happens. Nothing. Okay? They just walk out the door. Swear to tell the whole truth, nothing but the truth. I do, I swear. Then you lie, you should be punished. Fine. No. Once that breaks down, there's no barrier. So people with no moral compass say, what's the upside of telling the truth? I just lie. Much easier, and I'll get stuff if I lie. And the politicians, the people who are supposed to be leading the way, they're lying their butts off. It's not funny. That was a cynical laugh. It can destroy the fabric of a society, and it is. Non-punishment for criminals and non-punishment for dishonest behavior is wiping out slowly our civilization here in America. It's true. Think about it. Thank you for watching and listening to the No Spin News. We always try to bring you the best product we can. There's a surge situation with Miss Jean-Pierre today. I'll probably lead with that tomorrow, and we'll see you then. Thank you for watching the No Spin News. To watch the full episode anytime on BillO'Reilly.com, please sign up to become a premium or concierge member. Visit BillO'Reilly.com to sign up and start watching today.